Hi all and welcome back to the channel. I'm Dave Denton and today I'll be talking about this heavyweight of a book called Influence by Robert Cialdini. Now Robert Cialdini is the godfather of influence, and to create this book he actually spent 2.5 years going undercover out in the field doing various entry-level jobs, from marketing to recruitment, sales, management. He did it all, and all in the pursuit of working out the tricks of the trade to gaining influence. And he's put together this awesome book. I'd highly recommend you all go and pick yourself up a copy. You won't regret it. And so today I'll be talking about my favourite bits from the book. Before we start, can I ask that you drop a like on this video, subscribe, and share it with your friends. So the book starts by dissecting the way we as humans naturally take shortcuts with our critical thinking to avoid cognitive overload. An example would be when reviewing an item to buy on a website. Studies have shown we naturally gravitate to items that sit in that sweet spot between 4.2 and 4.7 stars out of 5. We assume above 4.7 is too good to be true. We think we're being conned. On the other hand, less than 4.2, although we do believe that rating, we think it's too poor. We think that there's much better products out there. Con artists will actually hone in on this shortcut we as humans have. An interesting example in nature taking shortcuts is with the red robin trying to protect its territory. If it sees another robin, it will, if it sees another robin approach it, it will instinctively attack it to protect its young. The interesting part is that it's actually only the appearance of the red shaded bird feathers that triggers the robin. And so when these same feathers are glued to a twig, this will then trigger the same trigger response to attack the twig as it would do another robin invading its space. This is an important feature of nature, and it's actually a good feature in a way, because out in nature you don't have the luxury of time, and so if you see something that looks like a robin, you treat it like a robin. Another bias we humans have is the contrast principle. A common example is a wine list at a restaurant, where the wines are typically rated from highest to lowest in cost. This is because the most expensive wine is seen as the anchor to which all the other wines will be compared to. Meaning that, and then because of the lower cost wines, they appear as better value than they would do if on the other hand they were listed from lowest to highest. There's a funny story in the book where a girl at college writes to her parents stating her campus building had burned down with all her pet possessions inside. The fire was seen by a gas attendant nearby who invited her to live with him. She's now pregnant and will be getting married very, very soon. Her parents must be excited. She finishes by saying that all of the stuff she's just said is not true. She's actually getting a D in chemistry and an F in maths. But she wanted her parents to see her grades in perspective for what they are. Reciprocity is a key principle in the book. The old give and take and take. The actionable advice I took away from this chapter was that when you go out of your way to help someone and they say thank you, you reply with, "Of course, it's what friends do for one another." Or, if you don't yet know them, you say, "Of course, I was glad to do it. I know that if the situation were reversed, you'll do the same for me." That way, you're putting that favour that you've just done for them on the map, instead of diminishing it, like we all do when we say, it was nothing. Next up, let's talk about commitment and consistency principle, also known as the foot in the door technique. By getting someone to say yes to something small, they're more likely to say yes to gradually bigger and bigger requests. Benjamin Franklin was the master of this. he would often ask the smallest of favours to his enemies. The idea being that people will reason in their head that they've, if they've helped others in the past, it must be because they like them, even though they don't. And this is the reason for this, is because people's minds struggle to maintain the logical consistency between their actions and perceptions. They think if someone's asked to borrow a pen, and say for instance someone dislikes you and you ask to borrow a pen, and if they lend it to you, in their head they've got to make a logical sense of this. So even though they may not like you, they have to reason that they must like you to lend you that pen, even a small favour like that. Benjamin Franklin was the master of things like that. He would often ask for book recommendations from his enemies. The last principle I'll discuss is the social proof principle. When you meet someone for the first time, the best advice to build rapport is to find similarities between the two of you. Mutual friends is perfect. However, failing that, similar interests, or as a last resort, discussing food is perfect, as we are humans that are designed to bond over the dinner table. There are a number of other nuggets in the book I haven't touched on, so please do pick yourself up a copy. In the meantime, please do like and subscribe, and share any insights you found in the comment section below. See you all next time. Thank you.